We've got the InWheelTime Car Talk Show, if I hit the right button here. Coming up, we talk to Sarah and Scott about the upcoming Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge. If you don't know what that is, they're going to tell you. Jeff will bring us some of his car culture with road trip arguments. I know you've never had one. No. Mr. Mars reviews the 2025 Subaru WRX TS. Howdy. Along with Mike Out of This World Mars, we always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Hey, thanks for joining us. David Ainsley's out today, but he'll be joining us. Let's see, his next opportunity is going to be the Hemi Hideout. We're going to be doing a remote broadcast from the Hemi. Mm-hmm. It's going to be
always
on
fun.
April the 5th.
April 5th.
April 5th. That's, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that?
It's a month before Cinco de Mayo.
And I know that we're looking forward to that at Los Tios. We always like to celebrate there.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't take that long for the ambulance to get us home.
Or the sheriff.
Well, hopefully the sheriff's not going to be involved.
Well, we can invite the sheriff.
All right. Do we have our guest yet, Mr. Morris?
Working on it.
Okay, fine.
A little glitch in the glitch.
I've got some recalls to tell you about.
Right.
We're going to start with this story about recalls. Ford Motor Company CEO Jim Farley's total compensation fell 6.1% last year to only $24,861,866 after the automaker failed to meet quality and electric vehicle sales targets. According to the automaker's annual proxy statement, Farley's base salary was unchanged at $1.7 million, while his stock awards increased about $300,000 compared with a year earlier because of an accounting formula change.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to
Creative
spend it some
accounting.
way. Quality remains an issue with the company. The company has said it sacrificed some profits last year to improve launch quality. And Farley said the next few years will be critical in Ford's quest to drive down warranties. So, with that in mind, we start with the recalls. The Ford Maverick for 2022 being recalled because of a loss of drive power from undetected low battery. Ford Mustang Mach-E 21 to 22 model years, high voltage battery contactor may overheat. We continue on with Ford Motor Company with a high voltage battery short circuit in the Ford F-150 Lightning battery electric vehicle 22 to 24. Trailer brakes may fail on the Ford Expedition for 2022 and the Ford F-150 21 to 22. The Lincoln Navigator, a Ford product. Exterior mirror LED lights may cause a fire from 2015 to 2017. And we move on.
It's a lot.
Because next we're going to talk about more recalls from the Ford F-250, 350, 450, 550. Wow. The Ford Maverick and the Lincoln Navigator, all for 2022. Then, software error may cause loss of drive power in the Ford Escape for 22. The Ford Maverick, 22 to 24. And the Lincoln Corsair for 21 to 22.
Wow.
And, we're not done. Ford F-250, 350, 450 for model year 2023. Incorrect rearview image may be displayed.
That's a huge truck. The 450.
It is.
Wow.
But incorrect rearview camera image I was focused on. So what does it that shows up there? Is it a grandpa's image that shows up on the display?
Is it upside down? Is it not focused?
No, I think it's an image of Mars without his shirt on and no haircut. Then we have
that's a recall.
The Ford Maverick for 2022-23, instrument panel not illuminated. Ford Maverick for 22, unintended brake light illumination. And finally, the Ford EcoSport is being recalled for 21 to 22 because of loss of drive power from a disconnected axle shaft. You think they got a little work to do up there in Dearborn?
All the 22s, they're just not discovering it. 3 years later.
It's not a good time up there, and poor Jim he's hurting.
$18 million, yeah.
Yeah, with his big salary that he got last year.
Amazing.
Hey, Jim, how about working on that for us? Can we do that? How are we doing over there, Mars?
He's working.
Well, we're going to try and reboot him one more time.
Oh, God. All right. Well, while you're fiddling with that...
Yeehaw.
Let's do the Hemmings.com sold cars roundup, shall we?
I think we've got that. Let me back this out.
Yeah, please do.
There you go.
So I have some very good cars this week that we're going to play the little game. And Mr. Mars, he's going to have to just pause and wait for those people to get back online with us. They might want to go outside. I don't know where they are, but if they're inside, telephone signals seem to be a little weary down
and
there.
depending on what city and all that good
There
stuff.
they are.
Okay, so here's our first, Mr. Mars, I need you to pay attention now.
Paying attention.
No, pay attention to this.
I am. I'm
Okay,
listening.
so this is the Hemmings Sold Cars Roundup. So what we do is we take the cars that were sold on Hemmings.com and we let the boys guess at what they were sold for. So first up the bat is a 1969 Cadillac DeVille. Convertible.
Yeah, look at that.
That's a pretty car right there.
It is.
It's big, too. 69 Cadillac DeVille. What do you think that thing sold for?
I'm going to go right out of the box, $17,000.
Mars, what would you
I'm
think?
thinking 12, the max.
Okay, $21,000. Mars, you lose again. That would be worth it looks like it just rolled off the showroom floor. White interior. It looks like a dark blue or black exterior. It's nice. Next one is the 1994 Chevrolet Blazer. Okay, it's a Blazer, two-door Blazer. It's got some aftermarket side steps on it. I don't know how many miles it's got on it. I didn't go that deep with
Quite
it.
a few.
94 Blazer. How much do you think that sold for?
$6,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Mars, would you like to give that a shot?
Yeah, I'm going to say 12.
It sold for $21,000.
What?
Well, come on, they don't make that anymore.
Well,
That's
yeah,
the
but
that's the old
94?
school. That's the old school. What looks like today would be the Tahoe, but it
Right.
would be the two-door version of it.
That's,
Okay.
oh, man.
This was the one that raced O.J. Simpson down the freeway back in the day. All right. Next up is my car, the 67 Chevrolet Camaro. This is a first-year model. Now, we don't know how original it is, and the price really doesn't depict this is a little hint for you here, really doesn't depict exactly as a true, beautiful, complete, restored 67. So with that in mind, what do you think a 67 Camaro, white, with beauty ring wheels on it, what do you think that sold for?
14.
Oh, come on.
20,
Well, you said it's not
20
representative of it.
24.
46.2.
Oh, well, that's...
What did I miss? It was an SS or an RS?
Well, he said he didn't know.
I mean, it's got some emblems on the side
Well,
of it there, but whatever. Come on, you got to give it a little, just because it's a 67, first-year model. Okay, next up, the 71 Buick Skylark.
Priceless.
This looks like a GS. It's a turbo, it looks like. So a 71 Buick Skylark. I really like this car. What do you think that sold for? It's all shined up and pretty and looks like it's stock.
32.
32. Mars, you want to guess that one?
I was going to go for 28.
How about 42?
Golly, man.
Come on, Mars. Okay, moving on for you rednecks out there, a 1994 Ford F-150. 94 Ford F-150. It's all shined up. Looks pretty good. Looks like it's a four-wheel drive. I'm not quite sure. It's clean. It's a single cab, because back then I don't think they made double cabs. 94. What do you think that sold for?
I'll let you go first.
15.
I was going to go 14.
14,963.
Ooh, we'll split it.
Right between you two. Okay. How about a 69 Pontiac GTO? What do you think that sold for?
Ooh.
Pontiac GTO. Come on.
Aftermarket wheels.
I don't like 69, so I'm going to say 40.
Okay. Well, that doesn't have anything to do with the price, whether you like it or not.
32.
32. 38,850.
Ooh.
Getting closer.
You are getting better. And this is for Jeff, 71 Lincoln Continental.
Oh, boy. Look at that. It's got a roof on it. Probably from American Sunroof.
Yeah, that's the one that they built and then sent it out to somebody, and then they took a Sawzall to the roof.
Exactly. Got the hideaway headlights.
Always leaked. But at any rate, what do you think that sold for at auction from Hemming? 71 Lincoln Continental. It's a hardtop two-door.
21.
16.
19,425. Okay, we're getting down here to the best of the best. This is second to the last. This is a 1979 Volkswagen Cabriolet. It sold, it's a convertible. It sold for how much, Jeff Zekin?
$11,000.
20.
23,625 is what it sold for. Now, we're going to go to Nederland, Texas.
Yeehaw.
And we found it on the used car lot down there, and it's a 1973 Citroen SM.
Citroen SM.
Don't ask me what SM stands
I
for.
know what it
You can
sounds.
use your imagination.
I'm
Nice
using it.
SM.
I've got an imagination.
I know you do. So what do What do you think that 73 sold for, Mars, down at the
I'm
used car
still trying
lot?
to figure out how to spell it.
Okay.
I would say 14.
How much?
14.
14?
17.
Well, guess what? It sold for 14.7. You know why he knew it?
'Cause he bought it.
He's been scouting it
He's
off
been-
for a
yep.
month and
It's
a
my
half.
neighbor's car there.
Oh, God.
Gee whiz.
So that's this week's Hemmings used car sound. All right.
All right.
Well, it looks like we've somehow finagled some sort of a deal here with the
Don't
Texas
ask.
Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Don't ask. we got him. That's it.
Was it your problem, Morris?
I'm not sure.
Sarah and Scott are on the line with us. Good afternoon. Well, depends on where you are, but we're just going to call it a morning afternoon. How's that? It's lunchtime.
Mid-morning.
Okay, mid-morning. We'll go with that. How are y'all doing?
I'm good. Yeah, we can finally hear you.
Well, you're not at the drag strip, so apparently it's not that good, and you're talking to us.
That's next weekend.
That's next weekend. Okay,
We
so
open next weekend.
tell everybody what is the Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge. Let's define it.
Good.
Texas Muscle Car Challenge is the largest club-on-club drag racing association in America. Clubs will compete against each other, whether it's a small club with 3 or 4 cars or a large club like ours that has 30 cars. It's divided into different categories depending on the size of your club. 5A is the largest, 3A is the smallest, and then we have a 4A, which is in between. We also do individual, so you can sign up for what we call driver's rewards and compete individually against other drivers that are signed up for driver's reward. But the main emphasis is club on club or team on team, however you want to term it.
Huh. Well, and so how you don't go to every NHR race across America. How do you select where you go drag racing?
A lot of it is, I'll give you a brief overview of how I did the schedule this year.
Please, yes.
I called a number of tracks throughout Texas and Oklahoma, kind of presented to them what we do. It's a bracket racing association, so presented that to them, told them what we're about and how our fee setup is. Gave them the opportunity to give us some dates that work for them. A couple of tracks weren't interested. Some tracks, like we're going down to Houston this year. We've never been there. I've been there to visit, to check it out, but we've never been there to race. They're interested in having us. Some tracks we've been to before. They're interested in having us back. So we've kind of spread it out this year where we're going to Houston, we're going to San Angelo, we're going up to Thunder Valley in Oklahoma, but we're also staying around the Metroplex and going to Extreme and going to the Motorplex because we've been there before. So that's kind of how we, like I said, a lot of it's up to the track if they have open dates that work for our schedule. We don't want to race in July and August. It's too hot. As you know, the tracks get greasy when it gets hot. So we're trying to avoid those months, so to speak, unless we absolutely have to. And this year, everything worked out where we're not racing in July and August.
So when's the first race?
First race is a week from tomorrow at Extreme. We open up on Sunday, the 23rd at 9 a.m. And then the week after that, we're down in Temple at Little River.
Now, Extreme is south of Dallas, right?
Excuse me?
The Extreme Raceway. It's south. It's located south of Dallas.
Extreme Raceway is located in Ferris, Texas.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah, on I-45 down south of Dallas.
Okay.
I would say it's about 20 minutes north of the Texas Motorplex, so they're pretty close.
Very good.
Interesting. Okay. And is it an eighth mile or quarter mile?
That track is an eighth mile. The only quarter mile tracks we have this year are Thunder Valley is a quarter mile up in Oklahoma, and the Motorplex is a quarter mile, of course, down in Ennis.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a ton of fun. I don't know why you wouldn't want to join up and as opposed to going as an individual. This way, you've got other people that not only you compete against, you compete with. And
Right.
I just it rings all the bells for me, being a longtime drag racing enthusiast. And so I assume that you guys have a set of rules that we all have to live by to race in your league.
Yes, the rules we adapt. Most of our rules are from NHRA. We have a few that are our own. The basic rules are safety-wise. We don't want anybody to outrun their safety equipment.
Yep.
So if you have a fast car, we want to make sure you have the proper safety equipment, whether that's a helmet, whether that's a fire suit, roll cage, whatever. And we check. We don't just, go by the honor system, because as you know, racers find any track they can.
Do you hear my laughter?
Yeah,
Do you hear the laughter?
He's
The
chuckling.
honor system. Okay, yeah. Hey,
Usually
all
once an hour race, I go
all
check.
of the regular Lay's potato chips seem to be gone this week out of the honor system, and there's no money in the kitty. What gives? Somebody stole the Lay's.
That's it's funny you say that, because I say it's kind of like you leave a cookie on the counter, tell your kids you're going to be gone for a couple hours, and hope that cookie's there when you get back. That ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Yes, because we know how we are.
Right.
Yeah.
And technically, if I had my way, and I've been doing this a very long time, everybody, regardless if they're in the stock class or in the fastest class, would wear a helmet. We can't do that because we'd get a lot of pushback, but we do require from, I think it's King class on up, you have to have a helmet. You have to have a fire jacket. Everybody has to have pants. And we get some pushback.
Well, let me
Leave
tell you
Don out.
We're out.
that leaves Jeff Zekin out
Yeah,
because
we're
he
out.
does not wear
I
pants
don't wear
ever.
pants,
so.
no.
Yeah, I mean, I'd race naked if they let me.
Yeah, especially June and September. Yeah.
Right.
Especially
and that's
so.
where we get the pushback is some of the people, it's too hot to wear pants. And I'm like, look, I wear a full fire suit with a helmet. So don't tell me how hot it is.
Yeah.
Unless you're in my shoes.
Well, it sounds like a ton of fun. How do we get more information? I'm a drag guy, and I want to go drag racing, and I'm interested in your club.
They can go to our website, which is tmccc.org. Once they go there, they will pull up everything. That gives every class, rules, pictures, all of our sponsors. It even has a link to our forums where they can go into the forums and sign up for the forums. And once they do that, then myself or Sarah or our vice president can approve them, and they can get in there and see things. They can post, even, excuse my language, but even as much as something for sale, or they're trying to buy something. We have designed our website so that anything they want to know is there. It's even got our email addresses on it. If they got a question, they can email us.
Sounds great. Hey, it's great to talk to you guys. tmccc.org for Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge. Mm-hmm. And we look forward to a good season with you guys. And hopefully we'll see you when you come to Houston.
Well, we're hoping, to be honest with you,
Fingers crossed.
we're hoping to see you guys when we come down to Houston in a few weeks.
You never know.
And you guys can't make a podcast. Hopefully you can at least race.
And and if nothing else, we'll have our pants on. Good to talk to you, Sarah and Scott. Y'all take care, okay? Hey, just ahead, Mars has his review of the 2025 Subaru WRX TS. Is that true, Mars? Is it a TS?
Yep. New for 25.
Wow.
Okay, along with Jeff's car culture feature on road trip arguments. God, here we go. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show is back in 2 minutes. The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lippy Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lippy Tortilla is pretty good. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
InWheelTime hits the road, literally, when we join the Hot Rod Tour of Texas on April 26th. Check out our link to the website through InWheelTime.com. And thanks for being with us today. We really appreciate that. I did want to mention that we are going to also be at the Hemi Hideout on April the 5th. It's an open house. Bring $10 cash. Come on out for the open house. We'll be there from 10 to noon or 1 or whatever it is.
They would like for you to make reservations and remind you that no one under 12
That's right.
is coming in.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Time now for Jeff's Car Culture. Road trip arguments. Oh, God, we've all had them.
No, we haven't. Not all of us. But this is a survey done it's been done in the United States and also in Great Britain. So they say that 1 in 3 admit to an argument. More than a third of drivers admit to having an argument while driving in their car. This study found that there was about 36% of motorists confessed to having carguments. That's what they're called.
Carguments, okay. All right.
So one part of the survey, about 2,000 motorists discovered that 50% of the ages of 25 to 44 argued while driving, compared to just about a quarter, 25% of people over 70 get in arguments with Martha or Gladys, whoever they are. It's been revealed on the state side that 46% of people admitting to bickering behind the wheel, but not surprising. Most disagreements occur between partners and break out when setting out for the day.
That woman's got a road map in her hand.
There's also a little theme with these photographs I'll tell you at the end. A similar number, about 25% of people also get into arguments while visiting with family members in the car, or going on a family trip. About 21% of people said that in-car conflicts were caused by what? Shopping tips. Oh my God. Who does that? I'm thinking it's the women. So just saying. About 46% of all arguments centered around directions, while about 39% are based on standard driving procedures. Turn left here, you're going too fast, watch out for that school bus, all that stuff. The stress of leaving on time for a summer holiday or a day together in that confined environment of a car is a perfect recipe for an argument. You want to add children to the equation, or perhaps the in-laws? Not so much of a question in an argument, but it's going to happen. When it starts, no one knows. And then there's those driving hundreds of miles who have no longer being able to get out of the car to start their disagreement. So it's also amusing the era of satellite navigation, directions, and choice of route. All that technology, arguments still happen. So be careful. Driving is a complex task that requires drivers' full attention in order to get from A to B without incident, but research has revealed a large portion admit to having in-car arguments. There you go.
God. There are a couple of those that come to mind. And
well, we're going on a hot rod tour.
One of those arguments, and that was with a former wife. Just saying. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Oh, boy, okay.
All right, time now for this hour's car review. Speaking of wives, Mike Mars has a review of the Subaru WRX TS.
Yes, and it's interesting to note that the TRS is a new trim level for this year.
Wait a minute. Wait.
No, the
TRS.
TS, my bad. I'm reading ahead. The WRX TS is a new trim level for 2025. So there are 4 this year: the Premium, the Limited, the TS, which is the new one, and then the GT. We were talking about the TS. That's one we were driving. Now, this is a sports sedan. So it's kind of the TS is a sportier track model. It's not for the track, but it's more directed towards the track with the way it's set up, the way things, the technology and things.
Just
that it has.
move on.
Up front, you're going to find the LED headlights. You're going to find they're automatic on, but they have height adjustment and they have steering responsive. So it's really cool. So you get the headlights to turn when you want them to. Got black mirror side covers. Got a rear lip spoiler that's black. So it's got a lot of black trim pieces to go on this thing, including the wheels to give it that sporty look. Now, it does also, I was interested to find out that it has an aluminum hood. Now, that scoop that's on it that everybody knows from the WRX, that is part of that aluminum hood. And the front fenders are also aluminum. Because some gold Brembo braking system set up on it. Now, we were rolling on the 19-inch aluminum wheels, which are standard on the TS package. And it does not have a spare. It has a retire repair kit, so you need to know that. And it also has the moon roof delete. Again, back to that performance concept of this particular trim level. Now, inside, you're going to find the black ultra suede, and leather seating surfaces. Front seats are heated. There are Recaro seating up front in this particular model. It's a 60/40 rear folding seat. Now, it does have an 11.6-inch multimedia monitor in the middle of it. Now, this is the audio, AC, the phone, your rear vision camera, all that's going to be in there, your convenience controls. Now, it has a new 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster for the driver. That's where you're going to find all your performance settings and that you can set up to monitor how your vehicle's doing. Now, there are a lot more controls in this vehicle, but some of the other manufacturers are doing the same thing. They're burying them down in. You got to go down into that monitor in the middle to find some of these things that normally, or you used to be able to find them on a button. So you got to do a little dig in there. Harman Kardon audio system, 11 speakers with a 500-watt amp is more than enough to fill this thing up with nice sounds. 2.4-liter turbo flat boxer type engine, 271 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque. We had the 6-speed manual transmission, which it was really nice to get into a manual after running automatics for so long. EPA, I didn't get a Monroney with this vehicle, so I had to do a little digging, but it appears that the EPA should be looking at 19 on the city, Highway 26 combined for 22. Now, I drove this vehicle 352 miles, and I got 23.7 out of it, and I was very happy with that with this vehicle. Sport Tune suspension does have several different modes, including Comfort, Normal, Sport. The sport seating will wrap around you, hold you in place if you're going into the curves a little bit much. This is not a drag car. If you want to play with this car, you want to get out to where there are some curves because you got all-wheel drive with very responsive steering. Now, the premium, the base level on it is $35,750. The TS trim level that we were dealing with is $45,750. And again, I did not get a Monroney, so I don't have an MSRP specifically for this vehicle. But something you can look at to compare it to is the Volkswagen Golf R, $48,325. Toyota GR Corolla, $43,529, and an Audi S3 is $48,700. So these are all small sports sedans that you might want to look at if you're looking for something in that very competitive segment.
Thank you, sir. InWheelTime Car Talk Show continues after this.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. It's time for the 47th Annual Corvette Chevy Expo in Galveston, Saturday and Sunday, March 15th and 16th at the Galveston Island Convention Center. This premier indoor event features iconic Chevrolets, from classic Camaros to America's sports car Corvette. See over 135 displays, automotive vendors, and unique finds at the expansive swap meet. You'll also see the all-handmade Galveston Craft Show, featuring over 100 local artisans. Be part of this Chevy celebration, March 15th and 16th. For tickets, visit CorvetteChevyExpo.com.
Mecum Auctions, the world's largest collector car auction company, returns to Houston, April 3rd to the 5th at NRG Center. Join us for the fun, fast-paced, high-energy Mecum experience with 1,000 vehicles up for grabs. For avid collectors, first-time buyers, and enthusiasts of all ages, there's something for everyone. Bring home your dream car. Register to bid and buy spectator tickets now at Mecum.com.